Should countries prioritize food security over international trade in light of recent supply chain disruptions? Imagine walking into your local grocery store only to find the shelves half empty. No rice, no bread, no fresh fruit. Supply chains collapse, borders tighten, and suddenly food, the thing we take most for granted, is no longer guaranteed. So here's the burning question. Should countries prioritize food security over international trade in light of recent supply chain disruptions? It's a debate with real consequences. On one side, global trade has given us cheaper products, exotic foods, and thriving economies. On the other side, when ships stop sailing and borders close, who makes sure people don't go hungry? And here's the twist. What if relying too much on international trade is a ticking time bomb for the future of food? Here's the bold claim. Food security should come before international trade. Why? Because when crisis strikes, trade deals don't feed people. Local resilience does. At the end of the day, food isn't just another commodity. You can delay buying a new phone or car, but you can't delay eating. A nation that can't feed itself is always vulnerable. Think about the pandemic. Borders shut down, and suddenly, even wealthy nations scrambled to secure wheat, rice, and basic staples. When a country invests in its own farmers, it creates jobs, strengthens rural communities, and ensures food is available even if global markets collapse. It's like building a safety net. Not glamorous, but life-saving when you fall. Japan, for example, heavily subsidizes rice production, despite cheaper imports, because they see food as a security issue, not just a trade product. Relying too much on imports gives other nations power over you. If a key trading partner decides to cut supply, whether for political leverage or due to their own crisis, your country is stuck. History is full of examples where food blockades or trade restrictions forced nations into desperate situations. Do you really want your dinner plate decided by another country's politics? So the case is clear. Prioritizing food security isn't about being isolationist. It's about survival, stability, and independence. Now let's flip the argument. What if focusing too much on food self-sufficiency actually makes us weaker? Global trade allows countries to buy what they can't produce efficiently. Imagine trying to grow bananas in Norway or wheat in the Sahara. It's impractical and insanely expensive. Trade lets people everywhere enjoy diverse diets at lower costs. Without it, food prices would skyrocket, and millions could be pushed into poverty. Economists call this the principle of comparative advantage. Each country focuses on what it grows best, then trades. This isn't just theory, it's why coffee from Brazil, rice from Vietnam, and wheat from Canada feed the world. Trade makes the pie bigger for everyone, instead of forcing each country to bake a smaller, less tasty pie on their own. There's also a political angle. When nations depend on each other for food and trade, they have fewer reasons to go to war. Breaking those ties in the name of food security could backfire, fueling protectionism and conflict instead of cooperation. After all, history shows that isolationist policies often trigger tension, not safety. So the argument for trade is strong. It lowers costs, creates efficiency, and binds nations together in ways that pure self-reliance never could. So where does this leave us? If we swing too far toward total self-sufficiency, We risk high prices, poor diets, and isolation. If we swing too far toward global trade, we risk hunger the moment supply chains break. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Neither extreme works, but pretending the current system is safe is dangerous. Recent disruptions, from the pandemic to wars to climate shocks, exposed how fragile our food system really is. And think about it. What happens if these disruptions aren't temporary? Imagine climate change wiping out harvests in multiple regions at once. Imagine trade wars cutting off staple supplies overnight. For billions, food security wouldn't just be a debate, it would be a daily crisis. The tipping point is clear. If countries don't start rethinking the balance between local resilience and global trade, we may be sleepwalking into the next global food emergency. So, what do you think? Should nations put food security above all else? Or is global trade too valuable to sacrifice? Here's the thing, there's no easy answer. Every choice comes with trade-offs, risks, and consequences. But that's exactly why this debate matters, because our decisions today shape the future of what ends up on our plates tomorrow. I want to hear your take. Drop a comment below. Are you team food first or team trade forever? Or do you think there's a smarter balance we haven't considered yet? And if you want more mind-opening debates every now and then, topics that challenge your assumptions and sharpen your critical thinking, hit that subscribe button and join the discussion. Because in this world, every statement is debatable and every perspective counts.